recorded before starting it. Okay. Hi everyone, happy to see all of you and welcome back to today's session organized by VODAN Africa and Asia. My name is Putu Hadi, and you can see our agenda today in the chat box on the chat box. And as always, try to keep your mic muted during presentation to prevent background noises. And if you have any question during the presentation is going on, so please type them into the chat box or raise your hand. And I will now hand over to Professor Francisca to lead the session. Professor Francisca, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you very much, Putu. And good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to see you all again. My apologies, I have a problem with my other device, so I'm trying to get into the meeting through the other device, but I hope everyone can hear me on my phone. I'll try to connect as soon as I'm able to. But I'd like to welcome you again to today's meeting and thank you for always keeping to the time, and then every Tuesday and every other of our technical meetings. As usual, today we are going to be taking updates from the different teams, the different technical teams and the different operational teams across the countries and across the different technical implementation stages that we have set up. But so first update today will be from you, Putu, on the hospital and health facilities communication across the countries. So I will hand over to you now, Putu, and then see if I can connect on my computer for a better experience. Thank you, Putu.
Okay, thanks, Professor Francisca. So now I will share my screen. So yesterday, as always, we discussed about the progress from the health facilities, and right now the health facilities we already finished the interview or discussion for all of the rounds of the health facilities in Nigeria. So right now I'm still collecting the data and then put it on the Google Sheet for Nigeria. However, I'm still waiting for Abdullahi about the dashboard discussion, because there are some unclear statement from health facilities. So Abdullahi is still waiting for the health facilities reply about the requirement of dashboard data. And from Uganda, we have another one health facility. It is from ARC Specialist Hospital, and also Mariam finished the all round of the question topic list, and Mariam still waiting for Lianto Day and Holy Innocent. But right now, Mariam didn't replace one of these health facilities. Still waiting for their reply. And from Kenya, so we are finished with Kenya Medical Research Institute for the questionnaire topic list, but we are still waiting from Zambezi and Beacon for the second round and the third round. And from Pumwani, I think Dr. Reginald will update about the status on the next agenda. And from Ethiopia, Abram finished with all of the round of questions. And also from Somalia, Din Jamal finished all round of questions. And from Zimbabwe, maybe on the next agenda, Professor Bernard or Kuda, if Kuda is here, so they can update about this, because yesterday both Kuda and Professor Bernard were not in the meeting, so maybe they can update on this meeting. And from Tanzania, I'm finished with the all round of questions with Dr. Jeremia. And for Liberia, because I was absent for 1 week, so I think I will catch up with Dr. KBD and ask all round of question with an interview session. And our outcome for this health facilities interview are two things. So we will discuss this every Monday. The first one is about discussion of dashboard, and the second one is discussion of facility report. So I made this report for each health facility. So I want to support Rudwan and Yilin for the dashboard creation. So we will discuss about what is the result from health facility interest on their data. So what is the data for public dashboard, and also what is the data for internal dashboard, and also we will discuss about the issues on Monday's meeting. And the second report is about the general overview of health facility. So I will make a report like this, and I will confirm, especially in GDPR role analysis, and also the current data flow. So we want to make sure that this is what happened in health facility, and this report will support Alia when implement the VODAN architecture in the health facility. So we know what is the current system and where is the VODAN Africa architecture system. So we avoid to interrupt the current system or make it delay for the current information flow. So we will discuss it every Monday for this. But for now, I'm still like analyzing one by one the health facilities from each country. So that's all, Professor Francisca. Back to you.
Right. Thank you very much, Putu, for the excellent work, and thank you for the very clear updates. So as I can understand now, we have to wait for more updates from Zimbabwe and Liberia, right?
Yes, Professor Francisca.
Yes.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to have been any contact or any response from the two countries based on your presentation.
For Zimbabwe, there is. I was contacted Kuda yesterday, but still no reply from Kuda. And for Dr. KBD, actually I have a plan to discuss with Dr. KBD this week, because I was absent for 1 week. So I think I will start to discuss this.
Okay, good.
Yes, Dr. Wandimo, would you like to make a comment?
Yes. Yes, thank you, Prof. Maybe just I would like to mention some point about Liberia. I have been in touch with Dr. Kabade, and there is some issue that need to be, addressed regarding Liberian issue. So as you know, we just I'm an expert, and it's quite difficult to go through each process. So already Dr. Kabade has a discussion with local staff. So they're mentioning that someone has to be assigned. Maybe we will look either one or two individual who assist them, and then we have to also secure letter and other administrative issues through local recruited staff, then to inform the hospitals as well, the Ministry of Health. I tried to mention some points to the Ministry of Health in Liberia, but still the JFK hospital is autonomous hospital, so the local staff to recruited the IT expert has to communicate the admin, and then we can share the draft letter, and also they have to also sign agreement for the VODAN Africa and Asia as other countries pass through this process. So I think I would like to emphasize on that, and also Alia maybe organize separate session to explain some approach. I will try also. Last week, I promised to communicate the local staff. Already, I've discussed with Kabade the issue, but I haven't met them because I had very explained them the point and then the process and also the overall objective of the African and Asian VODAN approach. But it would be also good to share, the draft later and then.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Wandimo. I think this is clear, but perhaps you and I and Professor Miriam, we can also take this off list of the meeting so that we can have further discussion on this. And if there are things that we need to do on our part as the project administration, we'll be happy to provide that support. Thank you for the updates. Yeah, no, it appears your network is a little fuzzy. I know we have Dr. Kebede on the line. Perhaps he would like to speak to this later while we are giving the country updates. Dr. Kebede, would you like to speak now?
Yeah, thank you for the chance. And I completely agree with what Dr. Wandimo has stated. So, understanding the mission, vision, and everything based on the expert level may not be just like helpful for sustaining the project. So, the stewards and the administrators should also understand the mission, the vision, and the usefulness of the project. So we need to engage those individuals, and just to engage them, just we lack enough information. So just it's better to address this lack of gap, like by starting from the beginning, especially for the new recruits. For new data clerks, like for the IT guys, it's better to start from the beginning and to make them understand what VODAN Africa means, what the vision, what the mission is, and also to just through them to address the admins about our mission and vision.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kebede. We have an information sheet which Obina has prepared for every country. Perhaps I will ask him to share that of Liberia. If he doesn't have it, he can always make that of Liberia based on the local information. And with that, you, Dr. Wandimo, Professor Miriam, and I, within the three of us, we can further refine it to tailor it to your country circumstances, if there are additional information peculiar to your country, and then we can make that available to you. If you also need any official letter from VODAN Africa, that can also be done, and it's just a few minutes on my side to prepare the letter and get it signed and get across to you as well. So that's perhaps Putu, can you do an email connecting Dr. Kebede, Dr. Wandimo, and I, and you, so that if we can get in clear terms the list of requirements, and of course Obina does the communication, then we can provide all the required documentation for him. And then if there are further clarifications that are needed to be made, we can also do that among the 4 or 5 of us by email, or we can do a Zoom call, whichever one is preferable to everyone. Right, Putu?
Yes, okay, Prof. Actually, I have a main document that contain some documents about information letter, and also the document from Obina, and several letters that can support
Liberia.
Liberia.
Liberia. Oh, excellent. Maybe that you could share that by email and keep me in the copy so I can follow up as well.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Putu, and thanks to Dr. Wandimo and Dr. Kebede for their feedback. Next, I would like to invite Aliyah to give an update on the worksheet, and of course for the different technical teams to also use the opportunity and give their updates as Aliyah takes the lead on that, directing the presentations. Aliyah, please. Can see Aliyah on the call. No, yes. See, I have the link.
Alia was here, but Alia was, wait a minute.
I think perhaps she dropped out of the call. Maybe she has the network, but I want to post the that is the link to the progress. And let me see if I can share my screen. We were together yesterday, so I might be able to provide a little bit of updates before Aliyah joins back. I'm sure she'll be trying to join in. She probably dropped out of the call due to network issues. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? Can you all see my screen?
Yes,
I'm sure
yes.
Yes. I also have.
Yeah, I can see your screen, man.
Okay, right. So in case I am not able to, if I get Miriam.
Yes, you can see your screen.
Thank you. I'm going to try my best to give this update, which Aliyah should give. And then once Aliyah comes back, I will hand over to her. And Miriam as well, you're part of this project timeline sheet. So you may wish to come in at any point to provide additional information. Two people are trying to come in. So maybe you can help to put that in, right?
Okay, bro.
Okay. Okay, Aliyah is back in. Aliyah, are you able to start now? Or should I?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. So I'll stop my screen sharing so you can share your own screen. Is that okay?
It's okay. You can share your screen. So I think my internet is not stable at my side.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I think we can start with the CEDAR deployment. Or Oljas has prepared the presentation. I think we can leave the CEDAR deployment by the end of this project timeline. I'll start with the template creation and vocabulary creation. So the most important part of the template and vocabularies part that we got the review, first round of review on the vocabularies by John. So we are starting working on the review that John has given us, and also the templates, the review by Mariam is on progress, and also some of she was able to finalize the Ugandan template, so she passed this Ugandan template, 2 templates to Dr. Sekinat. So, and then VODAN diseases code is being developed right now by data stewards. So it's in progress, and we were able to somehow finalize like 2 parts of the codes that we have divided among the data stewards. And then, the most important part that tomorrow we are going to give the advanced training on vocabularies and vocabularies creation by John, which is going to be going to last for 2 days. It's Wednesday and Friday this week, and I would be happy to see every data steward in this community in order to advance their knowledge on vocabularies. I'm regarding the FTP, CEDAR FTP, so we have agreed that Oljas and the technical team will have a separate meeting next Monday after we finish the general call, and then we proceed this tasks in order to be able to run queries across countries. Regarding the dashboards, I wasn't able to get an update from Rudwan. So since he wasn't on the call yesterday and today. So if you go down, I think we can get update on the dashboards part when he joins the meeting. Otherwise, I can reach him out. So I think the next part is Prof, if you go down. Yeah. So access and control. So as we already know that Putu has given updates on access and control and data storage. I have contacted Mr. Akindele right now, so in order to ask updates on this one, but he said that Rudwan is going to give an update on this part. So this is probably the part that Rudwan also update us. And then the VODAN portal. Olwole is not on the call. He just sent me a message that he's not able to join the meeting because there is a meeting at KIU. So he was able to successfully deploy onto portal at his machine, and he's doing some customization work, and also we just agreed on the domain name in order to use for technical purposes, but then like subdomain in order to store all the vocabularies that we are going to use in VODAN. So they will be at one place. And then regarding the persistent unique identifiers, I would say that there is the presentation is planned for next week for Monday. Yeah. So Gisette and Alan are going to give us a presentation that on their findings. I don't know if right now Gisette and Alan have anything to say regarding persistent unique identifiers. Otherwise, that's it from my side.
Thank you very much, Aliyah. This is so detailed, and thank you for taking the leadership in overseeing some of this. Very many thanks to you and Miriam and Dr. Sakinat, of course, and everyone else who has been leading the different teams. Yes, like you said, I spoke to Oluwole, and he has successfully deployed onto portal on his local PC and completed the licensing. So he's just doing some configuration. I also have agreed that we have agreed on the domain name for the technical work. As soon as that is ready, we can share that with the members of our team. I see Alan on the call. I don't see Gusite, but perhaps Alan can just give a brief overview while we wait for their presentation for next week. Alan, are you able to speak?
Thank you so much, Prof. About the PIDs, we selected to go with ARC, and the ARC we selected, we came out with a structure of ARC where we are supposed to have a name authorizing authority. That one will be our unique identifier, but it will depend on a domain name that will be chosen by. Then we are going to use the name mapping authority also, but that one can be changed depending on the host that is going to be hosting our resources online. The presentation that is going to be next week, how we are going to deploy it and put it into action. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alan. So hopefully by next week, Tuesday, we have a full PowerPoint presentation from you and Busite on what you have been able to do so far in this.
Yes, please.
Great. Thank you very much.
Probably we will.
Okay.
Welcome.
Is Miriam on the call? Is Miriam able to give a brief update on support and facilitation? If there are new things that we need to know, or generally what you are doing in providing technical support for everyone in the various technical teams.
Hello. Hi, Dr. Francisca. You meant me, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, with the trainings, they're going quite well. I completed the training with Kuda. However, he's having internet connection problems. And the training with Nurula is still going on. With VODAN, the whole template creation and vocabulary creation. He has actually created the second template for Uganda and also created the vocabulary for that template. And I've also been having regular contact meetings with the some of the team members from Uganda, and it's going on quite well as well. I don't know if I've left anything out, Dr. Francisco?
I guess that's pretty much covered. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mariam. I see Rudran is not on the call to give the update on the data storage. But if Mr. Kindele is here, he might be able to tell us if they have actually agreed on something. But I don't see Akindele on the call either. I don't know what's happening to the internet. Maybe it's the rain or something. Everyone seems to be having connection issues for today. But that's fine. Hopefully next week we'll have all the updates that we need. So I think the next is to hear from OLSAT on the CEDAR deployment. OLSAT, if you'd like to share your screen, I can just stop sharing now.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Yes, I can share my screen as well. Yep. I believe. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I just made a little presentation. Sorry. Yes, updates from my side. The previous week, I was working with the CEDAR development part, like Ubuntu installation. It was consists of two parts. Was first of all virtual box image of Ubuntu. Yeah, the CEDAR installation was done by Rudwan. The second one is going through all steps by me, as I'm technical, and I will go through all these two steps. First of all, virtual box image that we have, like CEDAR installed. Rodon is already installed it, and we just needed to make it publicly available in order to solve some cover some things, like first of all make use of already installed CEDAR on Ubuntu and share with others, and also give team members like opportunities to already install the CEDAR installation without going through all this installation process. And third one is also giving me some time in order to go through these steps as a tech lead, because it took some time to get into it. For now, we have this image available in Google Drive, which is, you can also, if you need, you can also get access to that. Then also for this image requirements like 30 gigabytes memory, it took, and like 6 or 8 RAM should be enough for running the system. There is some risk that we are already considering by using this approach, because users and passwords that we set at a default value is already everywhere will be same, and this is one problem that we already root one already directed to the John Grable. Second one is about the updates. Updates will require reinstall whole Ubuntu image, as we are just installing it, and yeah, this is one big problem. That second step that I'm doing is developer installment. I'm going through all these steps in order to make video instructions and technical documentations. I still having some problems, technical problems, but I'm in the process. But first of all, some block points, because I had problem with machines. My machine was not supporting virtual image. Then I found one, and also installed Ubuntu, and facing some usual problems that you when you install it. In the process, I believe in this week I will have this installed installed version of CEDAR by myself. I didn't install the virtual image that was done by root1. I think it's already clear things, and the only thing that I'm trying to solve the risks regarding the updates. That's why I'm trying to create these video instructions that in the future everyone can be able to install it. Even though it's too developer oriented, I believe it should help somehow to cover these risks. For now, I'm not able to show the CEDAR machine that CEDAR running, because it's not running for now, that machine. And this is all from my side. If you have questions, please.
All right, thank you, Osas. I think we'll take the questions after all the presentations. So if anyone has questions for Osas on the deployment of CEDAR, or on the installation of the process on the CEDAR image as created by VODAN, we can take that after all the presentations. Dr. Reginald is on the call. I would like to call on Dr. Reginald to give an update on the NIH call, on the efforts of our team to submit to the NIH call. Dr. Reginald, please.
Yeah, thank you, Professor. This is very timely, because last week on Friday, the submission of Bridge 2A1 project was done. This is a project in conjunction with Stanford University. This is Stanford University collaborating with VODAN Africa to put together this proposal. It was already submitted from the email from Mark, Stanford University, and Professor Miriam, where they were able to acknowledge that it was delivered to NIH. And we'd like to thank the country coordinators for their support, our team leaders, Professor Francisca, Professor Miriam, Professor VC, for the good work of making sure that this project is completed in good time. That's it, what I would say, Professor. Should I say report on Kenya?
Okay, yes, you can use that opportunity to speak on Kenya as well. Thank you.
Yes, so after almost a year of trying to get the Minister of Health, Nairobi City County to VODAN, now they've already joined officially, and they have joined in a large number. Nairobi being the metropolitan city, the Minister of Health, President, and everybody here, they're very keen to be part of VODAN and learn as much as possible. Last week, we were able to introduce the manager in charge of data at the Minister of Health, Nairobi County, and also the technical team from there. So the request now is to learn as much as possible from VODAN. So Alia, Putu, myself, we are going to see how we do a preliminary training for them to catch up with us and be where we are. And I would like very particularly to thank you, Professor Francisca, for insisting that we get this Nairobi County on board. So thank you very much, Professor. That's my report.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Reginald, for the report from generally as the coordinator of the country teams, and of course for the report on Kenya. We keep our fingers crossed now and hope that we get funding. At least we cross the first hurdle. We have crossed the first hurdle by submitting the proposal to NIH in collaboration with Stanford University. And then the next one is to hope that we'll be able to make the preliminary stage of the first stage of the selection, so that we can now have an opportunity to present, kind of define our proposal and present on our proposed project, sometimes in November. So we keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best on the NIH call. There is also the EU call, but Professor Miriam is unavailable, so she will be speaking on that by next week. And the letter we wrote to the WHO, there is now a reply, and she will also be giving an update on that when she returns from holidays by next week. So I thank everyone. VODAN should have given the updates on the dashboard, and Samson and Getu, whom we're still expecting to join us, should also have given an update on the architecture. So we hope they're able to join us soon to be able to give their updates. However, we can take the country updates. Din Jamal, would you like?
Prof. Francisca, sorry. There is a question from Wondimu in the chat box.
Oh, in the chat. Apologies, I missed that. Wondimu, how did you see the risk in terms of data privacy and confidentiality? Dr. Wondimu, would you like to speak more on that? What specific thing are you, where is this? Is it on the deployment or on the default password? Dr. Wondimu? See? Because if this question came as a result of the observation raised by OLSAS, or to the fact that okay, now Dr. Wondimu is a yes, Dr. Wondimu. Your mic is not open. Can you unmute to speak? Okay, I think we lost him to the network. Hopefully it comes back. So while we wait, can we take the update from Din Jamal on the Somalia country report? Din Jamal, please.
Yes, Prof. Francisca, thank you so much for that update, and that's for the regional. For me, I don't have much update, as we have discussed it with the Mariam last Monday, I mean. There was no outstanding issue in Somalia. All was green, and still I think it's green, and it's nothing expected from us to do apart from the if there is any question or any problem, or I mean an issue from Buto. So for us in Somalia, we have done everything that's expected from us to do, and we are on track. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Jamal, for that update. I see Dr. Sakina joined the meeting earlier. Dr. Sakina, could you please provide an update for Nigeria?
Hello, Prof.
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is Wondimu. Just I'm using Dr. Kabade's.
Oh, Dr. Kabade's fine. All
so,
right.
Yeah, my connection was not good. So maybe just my first question was, in the CEDAR deployment, there was a point that he has mentioned that, the password will be default, and also some other technical risk factor that he has presented. So just whether that risk is, how much it's related with the privacy and confidentiality of the data, maybe that can be good if explained. So regarding to the country updates, Ethiopia, as mentioned by Putu already, the CERT communication is all data stored were informed about the CERT communication, and they are ready to attend tomorrow's and Friday training. So that's one point, but I think we need also to discuss on the implementation and then to prepare, the actual action point for the deployment process. And also at the beginning, we have, just try to discuss about the resource issue and related activity that need to be, realized. Just now we are heading for the implement the actual CEDAR. So that need to be also coming on board to discuss on the resource and also time frame, and also role and responsibility has to be also discussed again. Otherwise, everything is ready from our side. Thank you. Over.
Right, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Wandimu, and thanks to Dr. Kabede for bailing you out. Yes, based on the question by Susan, I have shared the link to the image, to the CEDAR deployment image, to this image in the chat. OSAS is working on a video documentation to guide through the installation, the deployment of the image. However, I must warn you, it's quite very large. I think about 32 gigabytes of space. And then of course you need about 8 gigram or thereabouts. So you should bear that in mind. I have not been able to even install because I don't have Ubuntu on my system. So that is that.
Interrupting. Can I just answer for the about the
yes, security concern? I was just about to call you. Yes, please.
Yeah, I think many people worry about the data privacy and regarding the user and password default. We already, as I said before, we already directed this question to the John Grable in order to make the field. The person will be able to change the password and the username, and it's in a process. Like in a process. That's why I think. Yeah, we're going to handle it as well.
Right.
Prof. Francisca.
Yes, yes.
Can I add something about data privacy and this? So basically, the architecture of VODAN Africa, we should compliance with GDPR and also the local policy, right? So that's why it is a iterative process. So I already make a checklist about GDPR, and it is a really iterative process. And the first thing that we need to start is to make data impact assessment. But I think I will do it later, because Professor Miriam already told me about I will do that for the data impact assessment. So after we finish the architecture, I will make a checklist about what is the process, what is the architecture privacy. So for example, like what is it pseudonymized or anonymized, and what is the who has the access of the data. So that is the purpose of the identification of the health facility. So it is an iterative process, and I will do the assessment after we implement on the health facility. So we will make sure that the local policy and also the GDPR regulation is comply with the architecture.
Thank you so much, Putu, for that. Thank you. We have had Ethiopia and Dr. Sakinat for Nigeria. Is Dr. Sakinat ready to speak now? Otherwise, we take Professor Mariam from Tunisia. We need to take a progress on how your own work on the research data is progressing.
Yeah, hello, Prof. Francisca on Nigeria. We are ready.
Excellent.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone from Nigeria. From Nigeria, following our last meeting, we have everywhere all green. So we are also happy to say that we have updated and we are in compliance with all of the processes and activities. For the benefit of this meeting, we are good to go. And in other processes, we are going to revert back to the house maybe tomorrow, because we have another meeting as it relates to VODAN in Nigeria. So we'll be meeting the Minister of Health by God's grace tomorrow. And in a subsequent meeting, we're going to discuss further. But we are through and we are ready for for the health facilities and all of what we're supposed to do. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you very much, Dr. Abdullahi, for that update. And I wish you all the very best at tomorrow's meeting with the Honorable Federal Minister of Health in Abuja. Now that I have shared the image of the CEDAR deployment, I don't know if any of your technical team can just start playing around with things. I know there is a documentation somewhere. I could ask Kalia, a documentation made by VODAN, or no, sorry, Getu and Samson. If that is applicable, I could ask them to share so that one of you starts playing around with it and see if they can at least make some meaning out of it while we wait for Osas to complete his own deployment on his local PC and then come up with the video documentation as well. That would be a good thing to think about. The link is available in the chat room. Okay, Professor Mariam from Tunisia. Yes, I have Din Jamal. 1 minute before Professor Mariam. Din Jamal, you have your hands raised. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear the last part of the update, sorry. Just, I had a question regarding to the implementation of the program. So sorry if this has already been raised. Just my question is regarding to the implementation date of the program. We had a meeting with the Minister of Health, and the health facilities are always communicate and asking about the start date of the program. So also we have discussion about the computers and how this can be done. So if you can update me the procurement of the computers and where the program will be go live. Thank you so much, Prof. Sorry for interruption. If this has been already raised.
Yeah, that is absolutely fine. On the purchase of the computer, we were waiting for one successful deployment of the localized CEDAR. So that give us an idea of the hardware requirement. For example, in this image, to download, you need about 32 GB of RAM. You need storage. You need about 8 GB of memory, and then the Ubuntu operating system and all that. So we want to get the system's requirement right, so that when we're getting the computers, we're getting them at least something close to optimal based on the system requirement we obtained from the implementation. So I'm hoping that in another 1 week, all SARS will be done with the local deployment, and then we can have all the system parameters in place. The computers will be sourced locally anyways, so you have no fear. We just have to give you the right specification that will enable the deployment in each of the health facilities. That's basically the delay. So I hope that's satisfactory for now. We are just like, we have one more critical step, which is the local deployment. You can see Alia's update that we have practically everything covered except the local deployment. And I'm confident that Obsas and his team will complete that. Uluwale already completed the onto portal yesterday with John, and then Alia now has the domain in place. So we're almost there. Thank you. Professor Mariam, please.
Hi, Professor. Hi, everyone. So I don't have many updates to present, but mainly we just yesterday received the mainly comments done by John for vocabularies. So we will work on it to enhance the vocabularies used, and also we are testing some metadata for both templates, interviews, and the press articles to detect if still we have some errors to validate. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Professor Mariam, for that update. And then thank you for not being so lonely, because you are the only team working on research data, but you are making a lot of progress, and we are grateful. We hope that by the time we're done with the deployment of CEDAR, we can now concentrate on the integration of our two architectures for research and health data, so we can have one integrated architecture. I would like to announce to the House that we have in our midst David Aluodo, the personal assistant to the Director of Ministry of Health, Nairobi City County. and also the ICT head of the NMS Health in Kenya. David, we warmly welcome you to VODAN Africa. And then if you are able to open your video, if you can just say hello to everyone, just in 1 or 2 words, so that we all get to see you and welcome you. Colleagues, let us welcome David in the chat room while we also hear just a few words from him.
Okay, thank you so much. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, my name is David. I'm from Kenya. I work with the Health Directorate at the capital city, that is Nairobi. But I'm here on behalf of my director, Dr. Uma Oluga, who is here in Kenya, and I really feel pleased to join you in learning a few things. Otherwise, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David, and we warmly welcome you to the family. Thank you for representing your director, and please give him our warmest regards.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm not sure if Misha is on the call to give an update on the special issue. So I would like to call for questions from members of our community. If there are questions or any more observations, otherwise I will hand over to you, Putu, to conclude the meeting.
Okay, thanks, Prof. So is there any last comment before I close the meeting? So if it's not, then I will close the meetings. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, for Bernard, I'm sorry, I didn't see you on the call.
Oh, yeah.
My apologies. Yes, please. From Zimbabwe. My
Please go
apologies.
ahead, Prof.
Your updates.
Sorry, yes, I thought you would call me to comment on Zimbabwe and how far we've gone as far as the it's only that I've joined late, so probably that's why you forgot to let me say something.
I'm sorry, Prof. I was looking for Bernard. I'm sorry,
I just wanted to say we have conducted. Oh no, it's okay. Oh, it's written differently. No, it's fine. Thank you. I'm using my phone. No, it's fine. We have conducted the Research Council of Zimbabwe as far as our request is concerned, and they have received our letter. We have requested the Dean of Medicine from Great Zimbabwe University to assist in this regard, so that this will be done in a way. We are hoping that by end of this week, I have communicated with Nakwashi with regards to the progress as far as the template is concerned. And he said he has made a request to Prof. Miriam to make use of another template
It appears Professor Bernard is having challenges with the internet, but at least it is good to hear good progress from Zimbabwe. There has been some action steps, so we commend our colleagues, Professor Bernard Shavuzi and Kudakwashi, and also thank you, Miriam, for organizing the training for Team Zimbabwe. Over to you, Putu, for the closing. We're just right on time.
Okay, thanks, Professor Francisca. So I think there is no question anymore. So I will close this meeting. Thanks everyone for the participation. And as always, the video recording of the webinar will be available this week in YouTube and also Slack. And I will share it on WhatsApp group. Thanks again for joining us. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.